are playing up here. And if you want to be one of the first to see that, sign up to the mailing list in my bio. This is a dramatized story of the Mangrove Nine, a group of activists who were unjustly targeted by the police for simply existing at the Mangrove restaurant in Notting Hill. So I'm not talking about the Notting Hill that you saw in that random romantic comedy. Seeing them fight back in the British justice system, led by the icon Frank Critchlow. It's incredibly empowering. It's raw, it's intense, and it shows exactly what happens when a community refuses to break under pressure and stand on business. Now for another example of Black Brits standing on business. Did you know there were Black Panthers in the UK as well? Next, we're diving into Gorilla. Created by the Academy Award-winning screenwriter John Ridley. Set in the 1970s in London, this series follows a couple who go from political activism to forming a radical underground cell. The cast is actually insane. You've got Idris Elba and a younger Wunmi Mosaku, who, let's be real, stays booked and busy, and there's a reason why she's a BAFTA winner, and hopefully by the time you've seen this, an Oscar winner, who knows? It explores the deep complexities and the sacrifices of the Black Power movement in the UK. It's gritty, it's stylish, and it asks some really tough questions about what a revolution actually costs those who lead it. Now for an example of Black Brits standing on business that is a bit more contemporary. Unfortunately, we have the TV show Sitting in Limbo. It's a must-watch about the Windrush scandal. It follows Anthony Bryan, a man who was wrongfully detained and threatened with deportation after living in the UK for over half a century. It's a heartbreaking and infuriating watch, but it's vital for understanding the human cost of these policies, and it shows a man who fights against the system and injustice and standing on business in a modern setting. And finally, I have to shout out the BAFTA-nominated short film, The Ballad of Olive Morris, directed by Alex Karaoke. This one is especially close to my heart because I actually worked on it within the behind-the-scenes department, and I even got a chance to have a little cameo in the film. Olive Morris was an absolute powerhouse activist who did so much for squatters' rights and Black women's groups in Brixton, South London. Being on that set and seeing her legacy honoured was an incredible experience. All these stories